Welcome back to the Messy Cook. Today I am doing just a very small batch of pickled beans. These are full-size beans. I've stuffed some in the jars. If you've seen my green bean video, you'll know a little bit about that because I did mention that I was going to make these. So I've stuffed these full. You can cut them if you want, but prefer these a little bit bigger. These are things for when you're making like Caesars or you just want a little something extra on your plate. So very simple. My previous video for pickling peppers was basically the same. I'm also going to chop up some peppers today, possibly, and do those as well. So I'm going to do a basic brine. I have 2 cups here, so I'm going to do probably 1.25 cups of vinegar, and I'm using white vinegar. Remember to make sure you use 5%. If it's less than 5%, it's not going to preserve properly. So I'm going to do 1.25 cups of vinegar. I'm going to use 1.25 cups of hot water. And I'm kind of balancing this out to figure what should fill my jars. These are 2-cup jars, but obviously because the beans are there, they're going to take up some space anyhow. So 1.25 cups of water. And normally what I do is I add 1 teaspoon of salt per cup of water. So I'm going to use 1 teaspoon and 1/4 teaspoon, and I still have some in my bag here. I have some jars of it, but so I'm going to do 1, and I'll do 1.5 to be safe. And then I'm doing 2 pint jars for the pickling crisp. So these again will help them keep. So I'm going to do 1/8 of a teaspoon in each pint jar. That you can put directly in with the vegetables. You can put it in with the water, but it's absolutely not necessary. So right now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do a tablespoon of sugar. Where's my sugar? Here somewhere. There's my sugar hiding. I always like a little bit, so it just offsets. Sorry, not a tablespoon. I'm going to use a teaspoon, just 1 teaspoon of sugar in there. You don't have to add that if you don't want. It's completely up to you. And also a few peppercorns, because that's kind of nice. Again, I'm too lazy to go in my cupboard and pull out my peppercorn things, so I'll just take some out of there. So I'm just going to use this small amount here. So we're just going to pop that in. So I'm going to put this on the heat, and I'm going to get this coming to a boil. We want all the sugar and the salt to dissolve, and then I'm going to show you how I prep the rest of these. So I'm just going to put this on the burner. It wants to turn on today. Well, let's see. All right, I mean, I have to do that in a second. We'll get the rest of this prepped. So what I'm going to do is I'll grab my knife. I had you from earlier. So I'm going to put in, I'm going to make 2 different ways. Oh, I've lost a bean over there. I'll add that in, why not? So I'm going to make 2 different types of pickled peppers. First one I'm going to do is I'm going to make one that's going to be a dill, so a dilled one. So basically what I do is I'm going to take 1 clove of garlic. You're going to peel it. Just want to get that off here. So we want to peel that clove of garlic. So I'll do garlic on the left, and on the right I'm going to do a spicy bean. So I'll add in 2 or 3 slices of jalapeno. So 1 clove of garlic, I'm just going to stuff that down there. And you can do 2 options. You can use dill weed if you have it in your garden, or you can use dill seed. I'm going to add in, I think 1/2 teaspoon of a mix of dill seed and a bit of dill weed that I had in my garden. I'm just going to sprinkle that right on top. That'll give some beautiful dill flavor. The other one I'm going to do is I'm going to do a spicy green bean. So I'm just going to cut the top off of that jalapeno pepper. These are from my garden. If you want a lot of heat, leave the seeds. If you don't care, don't worry about it. I'm just going to throw them all in because I want a good kick on these ones. So we're going to pour those in the top. I'm going to get the water boiled. We're going to come back and I'm going to show you how to top those and water bath them. Okay, the green beans are finally boiling, and I'm also doing some other stuff at the same time, and I have 12 minutes left on my other items, so I'm just going to let these go for 10 minutes. You can see these 12 on there. I'm going to keep these going for 10 minutes. Take them out 2 minutes beforehand. Okay, so these beans, these are the pickled beans, and it's down to just about 2 minutes. So I'm going to actually turn this burner off. I'm going to take these out. Just one-handed here. So we're just going to set this aside, and these are the dill ones. You can see the little dill seeds wandering around in there. So that's the dill ones, and then right here we have the hot pepper ones, and I will show you as the hot peppers are on the top, so that flavor will transport through. So yeah, so that is our dill beans. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you try it out. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that little bell so you get a reminder whenever I post new videos. So I'm going to be doing some more videos over the next few weeks, as it is prime canning season right now in August in Ontario. Have a wonderful day, enjoy the rest of your summer, and I hope you join us again. Take care. Hi there. So I just wanted to add to the end of this video, because I realized once I put it together that I made a little bit of a, not a mistake, but I missed something in the video. I guess I thought I was recording and I wasn't. So basically, once you get these beans all stuffed in the jars and you make your brine, which is in the video already, you're going to pour that brine over to cover the beans. And then what you're going to do, I'll show you the beans here, and I'm going to put my finger by the line. So here's the ones that are done. So see, there's a couple of lines here. This bottom line right there, I want to put the, make it a little bit closer. There you go. You can see that bottom line right there. I want to put the brine up to that point to cover the beans. Wipe the rims with a clean cloth and a little bit of vinegar to be sure that we don't have any brine or anything on it. You're going to put your caps on and then screw your rings on, just finger tight. Don't wrench them, just do them finger tight. You're going to bring, because it's hot liquid going into something, and you're going to put them into a hot liquid to process them, and it is a high acid because the vinegar is there. Basically, just put them in a pot. I usually put a cloth on the bottom if I'm just using a regular pot. In this case, I only did two jars. So you're going to take a cloth, put the 2 jars on it, make sure it's covered with boiling water, bring them to a boil, and you're going to boil those, I think I said for 10 minutes, I think it is for those ones. So once they're done, take them out of the water bath and let them cool, and then the video goes on from there. So have a great summer. I hope you join us for more videos, and lots to come. So have a great one. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you again soon.